Okay, we're going live. Thank you. Hello, everybody, and welcome again to another week of the weekly webcam series, WWS. I am Mikey of MikeySuzeFour channel on YouTube. Thank you, everyone, for supporting us all the years we've been on here with both my channels, but especially with the channel I share with the beautiful wife over here, Miss Suzanne, and along with our two beautiful fur babies, Deja Vu and Moon Pie. And by the way, Moon Pie, in about approximately 10 days, is turning the ripe old age of 8. Now, for a cat, that is pretty awesome. And a very momentous occasion, because that is their transition into an older state of mind and, and a more independent frame of mind, if you want to be honest. And they get to be a little cranky as they get older, but they still are loving and they still care about you, your servants that Suzanne and I serve. They're the masters. We are the servants. That is what cats do. So we're proud to accept that monocle as it is. And first of the gate is Mr. Gorilla. Hello, Gorilla's Censored Thoughts. Wonderful friend. He says he's got to lurk. He's just out of our over a joke. Oh, yeah. Well, Suzanne just saw some of your clips that you made, and she's laughing. So, I mean, yeah, there's some good stuff there. And hello, Roger Blair. Howdy, Mikey. Hello, Roger. So that's great seeing Gorilla and Roger here in the chat to start. Thank you, gentlemen. Really much appreciated. Okay, so here's where we stand. Unless you've been living in a cave for the last few weeks, um, I am already starting with season 6. Now, according to the background information, which from now on I use those two terms, those two words loosely, because Gorilla did help me out with that part of it. Okay, so according to the background information of IMDb, which I tend to use a lot, but that's fine. I don't mind. It's my channel. I can use whatever I want. You know, but according to the information there, this British sci-fi comedy series, which it started back in 1998, has been going for over 30 years, or 19, I'm sorry, I take that back. Not 98. Let me think about this for a minute. Okay. Well, it's been going, it has been going for over 30 years. So right around 94, 95. Yeah. So, but in all that time, according to what the background info says, these seasons have a total of 6 episodes per season. So according to what we're at right now, there are 74. Yeah, there are. Is there 74? Let me go take a look at it again. I gotta see what the whole thing says here. I'll go back to the beginning here and take a look. Let's see. Yeah. So it's been going on since 1988. So I beg to digress. It has been going on for 37 years and still continuing. And right now it consists of 75 episodes over a period of 14 seasons. And over that 30 plus year period. So yeah, it's been out there 37 years, around 14 seasons. As I said, each season has 6 episodes per, and we just finished with season 5. So today we're going into season 6, and we have 2 episodes from that. The first 2, one is called Psirens, but it's weird how they spelled it. They spelled it with a P, like in Paul, and then the word sirens, Sirens. Then the second one is a very good episode that I remember. A guy with a mask, breathing tube. It's called Legion. It's actually very good. Now, Sirens came out Thursday, October 7th, 1993. Legion came out the following week on October 14th, 1993. According to 956 people that have seen Sirens, they gave it an 8.1 out of 10. So, yes, I agreed with them and I gave it a straight up B. And then Legion uh, has an 8.7 out of 10, which is close to an A, uh, almost. So, you know what? So most people here, it says over 1,000 people have given it an 8.7 out of 10. I think I gave it an A minus because I thought it was almost as good as Backwards. Not quite there, but it did have its moments, and it was very, and the pacing of the episode was done very well. So yes, so because I think to my so far, to my estimation, Backwards, which was a few seasons ago, is the best early Red Dwarf episode that ever came out. I continuously laugh at it, which I give it a 5 out of 5 or 10 out of 10, A plus plus. It is the most hilarious episode they had done in quite a while up to this point, and I believe there's a few others. The one that we just talked about, Back to Reality, which is the end of season 5, that one was actually pretty good too. Um, Not like I said, it was more like an A minus two, like this one, like Legion that I'll be talking about today. Very close, and as I said, um, it's right in that B plus A minus range. So I'd say for the same thing with Legion, it's right in that region. It's not bad at all. So anyway, let's see. Has anybody else come in? Oh yeah, there's Mama. Hi.
Hi, I'm Roger and of course.
Yes, hello, Gorilla and Howard Roger. Welcome. Oh, and Accounting Cheap. Hello. Oh, one of our best friends from Charlotte Nightster the Werewolf. Huh? Ooh. Yes, hello, sir. Hi, Mike, and hi, all. Welcome, welcome, Accounting Sheep. Very well met. Glad to see you, my friend. Yeah, so we got a few people in here today. This is great. Okay. So if you yeah, she's waving. There you go, baby. Mwah. Okay. So while she's maintaining the chat for us, but well, of course, all of you guys are blue wretches. I love saying that, like Blue Meanies from Yellow Submarine. Um, I don't do it well though. So that's great. You all are here. If we get any newbies, yeah, be fair, be nice to them. Especially you, Gorilla. I know if they start to cause a problem, then Gorilla, you by all means go ape shit and do whatever you want to do. Okay, so that's your call. But yeah, anyway, because I know he's at work, so he's just kind of lurking. That's cool though. All right, so Sirens. Yeah, let's get to that first. Okay. Remember, I'm not going to read everything because if there's too much to read, usually in trivia, it's kind of a throwaway. So okay, so in this episode, Lister awakens on Starbug and learns that 200 years have passed and the Red Dwarf has gone missing. While navigating an asteroid field, the crew are tempted by sirens, shape-shifting creatures that wish to suck out their brains. The director is Andy D. Emini. I hope I said that right. Grant and Naylor, of course, the writers, and the usual cast of characters. Chris Berry as Rimmer, Craig Charles as Lister, Danny John Jules as Cat, Robert Llewellyn as Crichton. Remember that I said last time Haiti Hayridge, who played the hologram Holly, does go away after season 5. But the other guy that did it before, Norman Hewitt, he'll come back eventually and be Holly again. So, and I do want to talk specifically about Professor Mamet, and she is played by none other than Jenny Agutter. Now, if you remember her, she was the nurse in, American Werewolf in London, and she was all natural. Yeah, that was fun. But anyway, yeah, we'll talk about her and after we're done with this episode and see where she's been. The other person we'll talk about. Now, there was a few actresses that played Kachansky, who's Lister's love interest. And one of them is a lady named Claire Grogan. and we will take a look at her as well uh, in a mini biography, mini bio, and see what she's up to. So let's go ahead and take a look at the trivia. Da, 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 dee, dee, dee. Oh, stop that. Come here. Okay. Um, yeah, there's 15 more bits of information, so I think we'll just leave those go. Let me take a look at the spoilers here. Okay. And a couple cameos I can talk about. Cool. Okay. So we got the main 5 bits of information of trivia. We have about one spoiler, so I'll let you guys know when to put your hands over your ears for that. If you haven't seen the episode, just I'm being very trying to be very fair about that. And then the 3 different cameos that are mentioned, and like I said, 2 of those are Claire and Jenny, so we'll talk about them later. Okay, so in the trivia, among the derelicts in the asteroid field are models of the Narcissus escape shuttle from Alien in 1979, the Eagle from Space 1999 and 1975, and a Klingon Vorha. Did I pronounce that right, Gorilla? You could tell me. Vorcha, a Klingon Vorcha attack cruiser from Star Trek The Next Generation in 1987. Cool. The 5th series saw a large increase in viewers, so the BBC requested that the 6th series open with a special introductory episode for new viewers. This was eventually achieved with a 5-minute opening sequence in which Lister, suffering from amnesia, is reminded of the key elements of the series by Crichton. Okay, Craig Charles, who plays Lister, had been complaining to Doug Naylor that he had no romantic liaisons recently in the show, especially since in the former series, Chris Berry, playing Rimmer, had been smothered in oil by 2 temptresses. That was Terraform in 1992, and even gotten a girlfriend at one point, which was the Holoship episode from 92. Naylor got fed up with these complaints and so deliberately wrote in the disgusting Lister Psirens snog. Nevertheless, the complaints from Charles continued, and despite Lister seeing some action in later episodes, Gunmen of the Apocalypse, Stopnia Clipper, the gay snog between Lister and Rimmer in episode Blue of the next series was written in for the same reason as Naylor getting fed up with Charles' complaints. There, you deserve that, Craig Charles. Anyway, production on the 7th series was delayed by 3 years while actor Craig Charles fought rape allegations. He was later found not guilty. During this time, the episode was taken out of the run of repeats because of numerous sexual references to his character Lister. For the close-up shot of Siren Lister playing the guitar, the producers tried to get Brian May, then boyfriend of Anita Dobson, who played Captain Tau. Brian May, you might recognize his name from Queen, the band Queen, did not think his hands looked enough like Craig Charles. So Phil Manzanera of Roxy Music, pop, pop, pop music, that guy. So, yeah, was used instead. Cool. Okay. All right. Now, here's the spoiler. So, remember, like I said, if you haven't seen it, just kind of block your ears or do something to do go see it on the BBC One Thames corporation that they have it live streaming or free streaming and everything. Check that out, or I think it's also on Amazon Prime, so you can check either one. Okay, so prior to the scripts of Series 6 being written, the model of Red Dwarf had fallen off the shelf and had broken, and it gave Rob Grant and Doug Naylor the idea, which Rimmer, Lister, Cat, and Crichton travel aboard Starbug in search of Red Dwarf, which had been mysteriously stolen, whilst they were on the SS Esperanto. Later, in Nanarchy, I don't make these things up, people. It's an episode. It is revealed Crichton's nanobots stole Red Dwarf and had turned it into a planet, which is nearby the ocean planet where they found the SS Esperanto. Cool. All right. Now, here are the 3 cameos. Anita Dobson as Captain Tau, which came as a result of her boyfriend, later husband Brian May, being approached to provide Lister's hands for his guitar solo. Although May wasn't available, Dobson agreed to play Tau when the possibility was mentioned to her. Rob Grant and Doug Naylor later stated that they had they known, that Dobson was willing and available, they would have written a more substantial part for her. That makes sense. Okay, so the one of the two we're going to look at today, lady actresses. One of them is Claire Grogan as Kochanski for the first time since Stasis Leak episode in series 2. Although arguably this is not the real Kochanski, as it is a hallucination. This was the final time Grogan appeared as the character introduced in series 1. When Kochanski next appears in series 7, she is played by another actress, Chloe Annette, and is effectively a completely new character. Yeah, we will talk about Chloe when we do get to series 7, so I promise. And then Jenny Gutter, as I talked about, as Crichton's creator, Professor Mamet, or rather as Siren, posing as such. She is somewhat analogous to Dr. Noonien Sun in Star Trek The Next Generation, who developed the android Data. Cool. Alrighty. So that's the trivia. Let's get to the goofs. Let's see here. Scrolling up and down. Around and around. Okay. Okay, so the first goof is factual error. When Crichton is rebooting Rimmer's hologrammatic form, the computer display gives Rimmer's species as Homo sapien. It should be Homo sapiens. Oh, one little letter. God. You know, some people are just too tied up in their butt, you know. Character error. Lister admits to the siren Peter Tranter's sister that he hasn't had sex for over 3 million years, or 4 ice ages. He's forgetting his encounter with Deb Lister from the parallel universe in Series 2, which resulted in him getting pregnant. He forgot. Oh, what a faux pas. Okay. Let's take a look at the soundtrack first. Yeah, because there's minor things here. Okay, so the Red Dwarf theme and filming and production was done at Bankside. Okay, this was the interiors of the Starbug and engine room. They were done in another part of London at Bankside Power Station. That is located in Bankside, Southwark. That's south in WARK, London, England. Cool. Yeah, very cool. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at finally the quotes from the episode. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's a few, so we should have some fun with this. Okay. Alrighty. Before I get to that, let's see here. Yeah, everybody's still there. 4 likes. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to mute myself for 1 minute. There you go. I didn't want to be rude. I didn't want to people hear me blow my freaking nose, you know. Anyway, okay, so let's get to the quotes from this episode. Try to get through them. Like I said, I always just mention when we get to each quote, I just mention who's involved and then go from there. So, okay, this first one has the cat and Rimmer. There's an old cat proverb that goes, "It's better to live 1 hour as a tiger than an entire lifetime as a worm." There's an old human proverb. Who ever heard of a worm skin rug? And then there is one of the sirens, Pete Tranter's sister, and Lister in this one. "How long has it been since you made love to a woman?" "I admit, it's been a while." "Well, it's been over 3 million years, Dave." "Oh, I prefer to count it in ice ages. Then it's only 4. And in leap ice ages, it's barely even 1. Okay, the next one has Rimmer, Crichton, and the cat. Okay. Some kind of writing on that floor. Psirens. Sirens. The Bull Devil must have scrawled it in his death throes using a combination of his own blood and even his own intestines. Who would do that? Someone who badly needed a pen. What I don't understand is why he went to the trouble of using his kidney as a full stop. I don't think he meant to do that. It probably just plopped out. Okay, Next one is Rimmer, Lister, and okay. As we are all aware, we have lost Red Dwarf. This is not the time for small-minded, petty recrimination. The time for that is when we get back to Earth and Lister is court-martialed. I didn't lose it. Come on, Lister. You're the one who parked it. You're the one who can't remember which planetoid you left it around. They're all the same. Those blue and green planetoids. Blue and green and planetoidy. Okay, this will be Lister Crichton. Okay, I'm just reading through the other stuff. I don't read that anymore. I just like to get to the voice if I can. Okay, I'll try my best anyway. Is there something good you can tell me about myself? Something laudable? Laudable? You sometimes help me with my laundry duties by turning your underpants inside out and extending the wear time by 3 weeks. I'm an animal. I'm a tasteless, uncouth, mindless, tone-deaf Randy. I love saying that. Blokish, semi-literate space bum. Ah, welcome back, Mr. Lister, sir. Okay, the cat in Crichton. Who'd steal a gigantic red trash can with no brakes and 3 million years on the clock? Rogue droids, genetically engineered life forms, figments of Mr. Lister's imagination made solid by some weird space ray. Then one of the sirens in Lister. You want to squeeze my buttocks together to form one juicy peach? Okay, I get it. You're trying to make me drown in my own drool. And Crichton. Why do I say Kristen? Crichton and Rimmer. Okay. That fireball does not exist. Say you're wrong. I'll stake my reputation on it. Crichton, you haven't got a reputation. No, but I'm hoping to acquire one after this escapade. And let's see, Cat Lister. More trouble, and it's headed straight for us. What is it? What do you call one of those great giant meteorites? They're all covered in flames. A giant flaming meteorite? That's it. And Crichton says, I'm almost annoyed. And he also says, smug mode. Well, I can't hang around here saving your necks all day. I think I'll go make a start on that ironing. And let's see, Crichton Rimmer, okay. Waste disposal unit armed and ready, sir. Rimmer, Crichton, will this work? Lie mode. Of course it'll work, sir. No worries. Okay, then we have this big one between Lister, second Lister, Crichton, Rimmer. Yep, that's it. Okay. It's me. It's getting pretty heavy. It's getting pretty heavy out there, Crichton. Let's vamoose. What the hell are you done what the hell are you doing taking off while I'm still outside? Let me in. I'm afraid, sir, you're already here. He's a siren, Crichton. Don't let him in. For God's sake, he's the siren. I can't hang on longer. Let me in. What are we going to do? Well, we can't tell which is which. We've got to let him in. Well, then we'll definitely have a siren on board. A brain-sucking, psychotic temporal lobe slurper. There's a 50% chance we've already got one on board. We can't risk killing Mr. Lister. We've got to let him in. Crichton, what about Space Corps Directive 5796? 5796? No officer above the rank of mess sergeant is permitted into combat with pierced nipples? Forgive me, sir, but I can't see how that's pertinent to the presentation situation. 5797 then. Oh, the hell with the regs. I'm letting him in. On your square head be it. That's it. We're deader than corduroy. That was the guy. Okay. And let's see. Rimmer Crichton? Okay. And Lister. Okay. Where am I at? I never know sometimes. Okay, here we go. Crichton, you're forgetting about Space Corps Directive 1742. 1742? No member of the Corps should ever report for duty in a ginger toupee. Well, thank you for reminding me about that regulation, but I can't see how it is pertinent to our present situation. 1743, then. Oh, I see. No registered vessel should attempt to traverse an asteroid belt without deflectors. Yes! God, he is pedantic. Rimmer, check out the supply situation. Your holograms of battery backup. Oxygen for 3 months. Water, if we drink recycled, 7 weeks. And worst of all, we're down to our last 2,000 poppadoms. We're in trouble, Mon. Big time. You know how unstable these bets are. Those belts are. Rogue asteroids, meteor storms. One direct hit on that plexiglass view screen, and our innards will be turned out quicker than a pair of Lister's old underpants. Omulus's tasted simulator at Space Bum. Oh, welcome back, Mr. Lister, sir. A little survival tip, bud. Never play a guitar in front of a man with a loaded gun. And then, let's see. Lister, Crichton, Rimmer. Okay. Scout has checked out black boxes on 3 of the derelicts. This entire belt is swarming with some kind of genetically engineered life form. They're called Psirens, like with Ulysses in that ancient Turkish legend. I believe the legend was Greek, sir. Whatever. Some country big on curly shoes and hummus. Point is, they use this power of illusion to lure you in onto the asteroids. Then they strip the ships of whatever they can use and then suck out your brains. They shouldn't bother us then. There's barely a snack on board. Well, we can't turn back now, sir. We'll lose Red Dwarf. We'll be through the belt in 3, maybe 4 hours. We've just got to stay on the case. They'll try and tempt us, scare us, break our morale, anything to force us down onto the rocks. And let's see, Rimmer, both listers. Okay, all right. You have a tattoo in your right buttock. True or false? True. It is dedicated to the one unbending love of your life. Describe the tattoo. You, right lister. It's a heart with an arrow through it, and underneath it says, in dripping curry sauce, I love Vindaloo. How did you get it? You, points the left lister. Planet Leave on Ganymede. I went on the rouse with Peterson, and he spiked me cocktail with half a pint of 4-star petrol. When I next awoke, I had enrolled as a novice monk in a Ganymedean monastery. I discovered the Vindaloo tattoo when I handed in my habit. Oh my. Okay, well, that's all the quotes from this episode. So now, let's get to episode 6, or excuse me, season 6, episode 2. So we'll get back to this one now. Oh yeah, that's right. I almost forgot. Before we continue, let's go ahead and take a look quickly at the mini bios of Jenny Gutter and Grogan, Claire Grogan. Okay, so all right, so let's first take a look at Jenny. All right. And according to background information here, Jenny Gutter, who is an actress and has also worked on soundtrack before, is still breathing. Yay! And let's see. Okay. Jenny Gutter was born on December 20th, 1952 in Taunton, Somerset, England. The daughter of an army officer, she spent her childhood traveling and living in different countries. Her film career began at the age of 12 in East of Sudan from 1964, which was quickly followed by Ballerina Part 1 in 66 and Ballerina Part 2, and then A Man Could Get Killed in the same year. Other films and television appearances in her early career include Gates to Paradise, Long After Summer, Star, and I Start Counting. She has won one Primetime Emmy. And let's take a look at that. Yeah, for playing Friffa in 1972, an outstanding performance by an actress in a supporting role in drama for The Snow Goose. Oh, cool. Yeah. And she also won a BAFTA award in 1978 as Best Supporting Actress. That's the equivalent, of course, in England of the Academy Awards. She won for Equus. Oh, I remember Equus. What a great film. By the way, Gorilla, you should do Equus. It's spelled Equus. Yeah, you should definitely do that one. Lots of equal representation, if you know what I mean, in that film. Okay. Yeah, so that was Jenny. Awesome. Yeah. Right. And of course, she's known for, she was Jessica in 1976 from Logan's Run. Fantastic. Uh, She was in the Avengers reboot in 2012 as the World Security Council. She was in American Werewolf in London as the nurse Alex Price from 1981. And she was in a movie in 1971 as a girl called Walkabout. So, very cool, very cool. The last thing she's worked on so far is a TV series called Call the Midwife. She is Sister Julianne, and she has done 100, according to the info, 122 episodes from 2012 till now. So that is her current occupation. So cool. Yeah, Jenny Gutter's a very nice lady. Alrighty. Let's go back here and then we'll take a look at Claire Grogan. Okay, there she is. All right, Claire Grogan is also around. Very cool. She was born March 17th, 1962. So she is the ripe age of 63 in about 7 days. Wow. 7 days from now. She was born in Glasgow, Scotland. She is an actress known for Gregory's Girl in 1980, The House Bunny in 2008, and of course, Red Dwarf. She has been married to Stephen Laroni since August 5th, 1994. They have one child. So, like we said, she's known for 4 episodes she did of Red Dwarf. She did a TV series of 1 episode called Father Ted in 96. She was Niama Connolly. In the House Bunny movie, she sang the soundtrack Happy Birthday in 2008. And in Gregory's Girl in 1980, a movie there, she was played the role of Susan. And last but not least, in 2020, she did one Christmas movie called Lost at Christmas. She played Anna. Very cool. So that covers both Jenny Agutter and Claire Grogan. Very cool. All right, so let's get back here to episode 2 of season 6. I hope you folks are enjoying this. Let's see. Gorilla says, Equus. 5 likes. Cool. He says, what the F? He says, okay, he says, what the fuck? I ain't doing a 3-hour forward film. But it's great. Come on. You're always talking about TNA, Gorilla. It has a lot of equal representation. Come on. Anyway, Charlotte Nightstar the Werewolf. Oh, we were just talking about you, honey. Hello. Good to see you, our adopted daughter. And Suzanne also waves to you. Great to see you. Glad that you're here. Alrighty. Okay, so now let's get to episode 2 of season 6. Give me a moment. I gotta get back to it. You know how IMDb is. They get you down in one situation, and then you're like trying to find yourself again, and then you get all screwed up. So, okay, here we are. So Legion, which I gave, like I said, my grade was between B plus A minus. It can fall either way, depending on the time of day, whenever I see it. But it is a great, great episode. So let's get to that. Okay. As the crew contend with Starbug's dwindling supplies, they find themselves being pulled towards a deserted space station where they meet the brilliant but mysterious Legion. Legion wishes only to fulfill their every need, but to what end? This again was directed by Andy D. Emony, written by the guys Rob Grant and Doug Naylor. Same cast of characters. And on this one, we will take a look at the mini bio of Nigel Williams. He's the actor who plays Legion behind the mask. Very cool. All right, so let's take a look at the trivia for this. Alrighty. Okay, and let me see how many. Yeah, I have 15 more. So we're just going to go with the first 5 here. Okay, so although Rimmer's hard light form was intended to be temporary for the dinner scene, it was later decided to make the change permanent since it was becoming frustrating for Grant and Naylor with having the character being unable to touch anything or be under any kind of real threat. Audience laughter can be heard when Crichton mentions quail in a list of the most brilliant minds of the 23rd century. In 1993, the name conjured up the image of Dan Quayle, the former U.S. vice president who was popularly perceived as being incompetent. Rob Grant has described this episode as one of his favorites and has said that I think that's the funniest start to a show we've ever done. Also, it's got some great set pieces in it, the chopstick scene. Stephen Fry was the first choice to play the part of Legion, but he was unavailable. You remember Stephen Fry was in one of the Lord of the Rings and all that stuff. Chris Berry sustained bruises when he was filming the sequence where Crichton smashes Rimmer over the head with the vase and whacks Rimmer with a pole. Oh, wow. Really get into your craft, guys. Okay, let's take a look at the goofs. All right. Okay, first of all, there is a continuity goof, a couple of them. Legion removes Lister's appendix, but in the Series 2 episode, Thanks for the Memory, it is revealed that he already had it removed. And in the first scene Legion appears, the tube on top of his head is not tucked into his mask, but in all the following scenes, it is. All right, the revealing mistakes, there are a couple. As the cat says, the entire panel's deader than A-line flares with pockets in the knees. You can also see Lister mouthing these words at the same time. When Legion stabs his left hand to make the crew feel pain, everyone grabs their left hands except Lister, who grabs his right hand. And then it says 1992 can be seen on a page of the magazine Lister is reading when he complains that someone's already filled in the memory test. The cover has 0G printed on it, so it's supposed to be about zero-gravity football, a space-age sport presumably invented long after 1992. Okay, and there is a miscellaneous goof. When Crichton, Lister, Cat, and Rimmer are discussing how to get out of Legion's ship, Lister nearly has an empty glass, yet when he picks it up and asks Cat for caviar, it is full again. And the crew or equipment is visible in one scene. When they are sitting at the table for the second time, a camera is briefly visible halfway up the left side of the screen. And finally, the boom mic visible, top right of screen when Lister says, you have a longer yellow streak than a line of diuretic camels. Okay. And let's go to the soundtrack. Right, so we have the Red Dwarf theme. And let's take a look at the film reproduction before we get to the quotes. Okay, they filmed it in a different location this time for this episode. The interiors and Legion's space station were located at the Marco Polo House. This is at 346 Queenstown Road in Battersea in London, England. Cool. All right, so let's go here to quotes. Okay, and there are a few, but I love to talk them, so yeah, hopefully I can get through them pretty quickly. Alrighty. So, the first quote is between Rimmer and Crichton, so let's see here. Step up to red alert. Sir, are you absolutely sure? It does mean changing the bulb. Let's see. Rimmer and Legion. Okay. I'm sorry, my voice is having a little bit of a problem. Okay, so Rimmer says, now, this three-dimensional sculpture is quite exquisite. Its simplicity, its bold, stark lines. Pray, what do you call it? The light switch. The light switch? Yes. I couldn't buy it then. Not really. I needed to turn the lights on and off. And Rimmer Crichton, so may I remind you of Space Corps Directive 34124? 34124? No officer with false teeth should attempt oral sex in zero gravity? Rimmer, let's see here. Open communication channels, Lister. Broadcast on all known frequencies and in all known languages, including Welsh. And Rimmer says to Crichton, you have a connoisseur's chip? Just because I look like Herman Munster's stuntman doesn't mean to say I can't appreciate art. And the cat says, hey, you think I'll buy anything you say, don't you? Well, wrong, buddy. Now get out of here. I gotta keep my eyes skinned for that asteroid shaped like a dancing moose you told me about yesterday. And Lister says, when I finally get around to writing my good psycho guide, this place is gonna get raves, accommodation, excellent food, first class, resident nota, courteous and considerate. Psycho ratings got to be 4.5 chainsaws. Highly recommendable. Everything okay, sir? No, it's not. Some Smeggers filled in this "Have you got a good memory" quiz. That was you, sir, last week. Don't you remember? And Crichton the Rimmer says, was your room like everyone else's? Perfect in every detail? Impeccable. Right down to the overstarched pajamas and nocturnal boxing gloves. What about you? Filthy walls, mud streaked floors, mop and bucket. I was in hog's heaven, sir. And let's see, Crichton and Legion and Rimmer and Cat. But this is insane. Hurting us is hurting yourself. Our pain is your pain. Crichton, you forget, not only do I possess your combined intellects and memories, I also share the sum of your malice and rage and anger, magnified many times. Like I'm capable of quite insanely irrational behavior. Watch. Vroom, vroom, vroom. The next hint of insurrection, and the scalpel ends up here. Legion, not calling it tough talk doesn't scare us. And the other three say, yes, it does. Okay. And then let's see, there's a monologue a little bit here. Rimmer, Legion. Okay. Legion, may I be frank? It's not often we meet an individual who we feel could improve our already pretty damn fine top notch team. But in you, we feel we have. In all our travels, we have met precisely 31 individuals, 3-1, and we've never felt moved to invite a single one to join our crew. True, most of them wanted in some way to suck out our brains or erase us from history altogether, but nevertheless, they still weren't what we would consider the right stuff. We feel that you are different. We feel that you, like us, have the courage and the dignity it takes to make it as a dwarfer. Mr. Rimmer, I am moved by the eloquence of your invitation, but it is quite impossible for me to leave the confines of this institute. It was Lister, wasn't it? He put you off. Crichton Rimmer says, Sir, may I recommend I load myself into the reverse thrust tubes and use my body as decoy fodder? This will, of course, leave me splattered across deep space and unable to complete today's laundry, for which I apologize in advance. Crichton, stop your bothering and get in the damn tube. Crichton, sit down. I'm not doing my own smegging ironing. And then, let's see, Cat and Lister. Okay. What the hell is all this down my chair? Peanuts? No, I've been trimming my verrucas. You have personal habits that would make a monkey blush. You really think I'm that psychotically disgusting, don't you? They're peanuts, okay? Real peanuts? Yeah. Where'd you get them? I got them a couple months back. I found them in the dead captain's old donkey jacket. Don't look at me like that. You enjoyed that mint imperial, didn't you? Where'd you get that? He was sucking that when he got shot. I had to prise his jaws open with a car jack. Okay, here's another one. Let's see. Rimmer Crichton. Okay. 10 o'clock changeover. Anything to report? We're still lagging behind Red Dwarf, sir. Almost 24 hours behind now. Other than that, it's been a moderately quiet shift, except for one small shock a couple of hours ago, when we noticed an alien invasion fleet off the starboard bow. Thankfully, it turned out to be Mr. Lister's old sneezes that had congealed onto the radar screen. How are we fuel-wise? Unchanged for today, sir. However, the supply situation grows increasingly bleak. We've recycled the water so often it's beginning to taste like Dutch lager. We're okay for food, though, aren't we? Confidentially, sir, no. We've no meat, no pulses, and hardly any grain. Worse than that, the only licorice all sorts left are those little black twisty ones that everybody hates. If that weren't bad enough, space weevils have eaten the last of the corn supply. So what's in the grill? Space weevil. You can't serve space weevil, Crichton. I mean, not even Lister with his single remaining taste bud will knowingly sit down and eat insectoid vermin. Well, let's face it, with him it's practically cannibalism. But it's incredibly nutritious, sir. I mean, after all, it is corn-fed. And then the cat says, we're down in the tank tops! And who is this Johnny, and why is he so keen on keeping us happy? Is it possible our well-being is in some way linked to his own? What? Like he's feeling off our emotions? Well, remember that when we arrived, the scans recorded no life signs? Is it possible that our very presence here has in some way inadvertently awoken him? And then Cat Rimmer, so... Who is this dude? Some kind of zoo type? Weird person collector? My thoughts exactly. We must face the possibility that we may soon be let out of here and forced to mate with a variety of strange-colored, voluptuous alien women. Is that really possible? It is if prayers are ever answered. And Legion says, there is a cyber park in the complex. You may go to any time period of your choosing and indulge any fantasy you wish with any persons you desire. Unless in some way supposed to make me happy. Sorry, run that by me one more time. This will be your cell, Dave. My cell? You really are a nutter, aren't you? Alrighty. And that's that. That is for Red Dwarf Season 6, Episodes 1 and 2. At least I try to be thorough. Alright, let's take a look at the man there that plays Legion, Nigel Williams. And then we'll be done for today. Let's see. Alright. Nigel Williams is still around. Cool. He's known for a movie called Secret Army in 1977, The Afternoon Play in 2003, and Red Dwarf. Okay, so other than playing Legion for the one episode there, in 1990, he was in the TV series Uncle Jack and Operation Green. He played Police Sergeant in a TV series called The Afternoon Play back in 2006. Did one episode of Donald Carrington was his character. And in Secret Army from 1978 TV series, he played Francois. He did 4 episodes of that. And currently, well, not currently, I'm sorry. The last thing he did work on was Casualty. That was a TV series. He did 2 episodes from 2010 to 2011 as Dr. Bernard Klein. Cool. So maybe he's retired. I don't know. But anyway, let's see. All right. Now I want to see what next 2 episodes we're doing for next Monday, and then we'll be done. So let's go ahead and take a look at those real quick. Okay. All right. So season 6. There we go. All right. So next week, next Monday, we'll be reviewing episodes 3 and 4 from season 6. And those are number 3 is Gunman of the Apocalypse. And the other one is Emo Hawk, Polymorph number 2. Wow, cool. All right, so we will go over those 2 next week, next Monday. And then, yeah, you guys and gals will find out when we go through the next episodes of the next series we do, like with TOS tomorrow. So, yeah, we'll go through that tomorrow. Okay. Awesome. Oh, very cute, Charlotte. All right, so we've got 5 likes. Very cool. We got 3 people still watching. That is awesome. And like I said, tomorrow we got another episode of TOS that we'll try to cover in some detail, some background information, and we'll have some fun with that. And then on Wednesday, folks, as you remember, I did tell you we're almost done with The Greatest American Hero. We're on to the last 2 episodes of season 3. They are episode 13 and the pilot, which would have been The Greatest American Heroine, which has obviously been now implanted into the lexicon as season 3, episode 14, but it never came to pass. And that was 3 years in 1986 after they had done the very last episode back in April of 83 for TGAH. So we're going to cover those on Wednesday. Thursday, of course, same episodes, but season 3 for that as well, 13 and 14 for 18. And then next Wednesday, the following Wednesday on the 19th, remember, we're starting with what all of you requested. A majority of you did. You asked for Get Smart. So we will be starting with season 1, episode 1 and 2. And of course, the first episode, so fantastic, because as the late Michael Dunn, tiny little guy who plays Mr. Big, right? And he was in that TOS episode as Alexander, with the one with the Romans and all that stuff, and the psionic powers and the ESP and all that. And then he also was Dr. Miguelito Lovelace, my favorite role of all time for him, for Wild Wild West. So yeah, a lot of great stuff, and we'll talk about him. We'll do a little mini bio of him that Wednesday on the 19th. So, and don't forget, folks. One last thing I remind you before we get into the prayer here. This coming Saturday, I'm going to have Charlotte hopefully join me. Of course, our also regular panel cast of Eli, who's Little Blue, Scott, who's Anchorman, Brother Jay Aldridge, always fun, and of course Daniel, who's going to join me. And we're also going to try to have another special guest, and his name is Palindoy, but he likes to go by Palin. So we're going to try to have Palin join us this coming Saturday. And we are covering our next of the Star Trek and Star Wars fan films. We're covering a Star Wars fan film this time at 1 p.m. Eastern. And that's going to be called Vader Shards of the Past. And that comes from a YouTube channel called Star Wars Theory. It was the first fan film he had ever put together. And I think he might have ran out of funding. I don't know the whole story, so please don't hold me to my story. Just kind of go with it. I think he might have ran out of funds. And so he got to and we will discuss also the opening trailer that he had set for part 2, because there was supposed to be 3 parts of this with Vader. And he only got to the one whole one, and then those few seconds of the opening of part 2 when he runs into Mace Windu down in the tunnel. So I hope that all of you will get a chance to listen to that and ask questions and whatever of our panel for this coming Saturday. Because all we'll do is I'm going to send copies to everybody that I just mentioned so they can watch it during the week, and then we talk about it on Saturday. So yeah, it should be a lot of fun. And it always is. I mean, we always have a great time. So, and this last one we did with Star Trek, Renegades: The Requiem. We only had the 3 of us, but on panel, but it was a lot of fun. We started laughing and everything. People joined us and talked to us in the chat. So it's always a fun time. And we had I think at the very end we had almost 20 visitors to the chat. So we did have a good time. So anyway, let me take my hat off. I got this leftover meal to finish, so I'm going to try to go a little bit as fast as I can. But I love spending time with you folks. I really do, so I don't want to go too fast. But anyway, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Dear Lord, thank you for all the things that you do for us here and in social media. In real life, we always ask only what you can provide for us, Lord, that what you're able to give. And you always give us a lot. And as we all know, our prayers may not be the way we asked for it, but it does turn out right in the end. And that's all that matters. And for beloved Lord and his Son, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit, and the Blessed Virgin Mary, and of course, our patron saints, Saint Suzanne and Saint Michael the Archangel. We always ask, pray for us during this important Lenten season before we get to April and Easter time, which will be a lot of fun to enjoy. And watching your son is rough, going through his crucifixion and everything, but then when Easter Sunday comes and he has his final resurrection from the dead, and he has canceled all of our sins with his death and resurrection, we appreciate it, Lord, always, and with your Son. So for all this, Lord, we pray, amen and amen, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. So I want to thank Gorilla Censored Thoughts for being here. I want to thank Roger Blair for being here. my wonderful, beautiful wife supervising the chat, Moon Pie and Deja Vu's mom. I want to thank Accounting Sheep. Um, I also want to thank the wonderful Charlotte Nightstar the Werewolf, who's always been a very gracious hostess to me, has allowed me to help her on her channel, along with our brother Curtis, Selby, the Tired Midnight Blogger, who has the most polite show on YouTube. So always check out his political uh, discussions. They are always polite and always wonderful. Charlotte, of course, is very highly talented, so make sure you check out her channel for sure. Check out her videos. Check out some of those songs that her lyrics that she put into the AIs that Gorilla also does. Accounting Sheep has a good channel. Make sure you check him out. Roger Blair as well. Um, don't forget that my beautiful wife Suzanne keeps me going every single day. I'll never be able to thank her enough for that. But I'm glad that I'm going to be able to stay married to her for the rest of my life. So and both my beautiful cats, our beautiful cats, Moonpie and Deja Vu, always keep me going as well. So thank you, babies. Love you both. They're all sleeping. It's so cute. Um, let's see. Yeah. Oh, and last but not least, of course, Gorilla's Censored Thoughts. Uh, he's a great young man. He has wonderful uh, streams. He does Sundays. He does his Sunday cinema. Uh, Tuesdays or Wednesdays, he usually does a cigar lounge. It's a lot of fun. Check it out. Thursdays, he'll do some other watch party. Fridays, he usually does the Waltons, and the Waltons is fun. That I am committed to until he decides to stop. I love being one of his co-hosts for that. And along with our brother PvP from British Columbia and our friend Resolute Germ. And sometimes we get Larry in there, my brother of almost 50 years from Be Yourself Adventures. It's a lot of fun. And we talk about, things during the Waltons stream that Gorilla shows us clips from and stuff. He gets so copyright claimed from that, from Warner Brothers, those bastards over there, and everything. It's not fair. It isn't. I mean, I drives me nuts. But anyway, but it's a fun time. We always have fun times. So, and we're working. We're working on season 4 this month. So yeah, should be a lot of fun. And that's great. We still have 3 people and we got 5 likes. That is awesome. Mine will make it 6. Oh, yes. Also, we have 244 subscribers. Why haven't you subscribed yet? All we need is 6 more and we can get 250. And we don't care about the monetization or any of that. We just love having a good time and providing great material and content for all of you folks out there. So if we get 6 more and we get to 250, we will do a special live stream. Uncut, unedited, everything that'll be out there. And hello, J03 Haribo. Hello, sir. I don't have a link to this, but this is, let's see, I'm trying to think. But this is our webcam. This is our weekly series we do. There will be, it's not up yet, but there will be a link to watch this coming Saturday for the Vader Shards of the Past Star Wars fan film. That'll come up later this week. So don't worry. Once I post it in through StreamYard and everything, we'll have it there. But J03 Haribo, monologue. Yeah, monologue only. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, this is just monologue. And let me check something here real quick. Okay. Let's see. Wow, you got a great channel here, sir. I was going to subscribe to your channel, so let me take a look at that here. And there, now I've got you subscribed. You have 990 subscribers, 166 videos. That's awesome, Haribo. Yeah. Let's hope everyone to J03 Haribo. Let's try to get him to 1,000. Yeah, 10 more. All he needs is 10 more. You can get him to 1,000. Looks like he has a good channel there. And I just subscribed to you, sir. Nah. Okay, for being Scottish. LOL. It's okay. It's okay. Well, my wife is Scottish, so yeah. Okay. Alrighty. So JO3 Haribo, thank you for being here again. Charlotte Barilla, my wife, Accounting Sheep, Roger Blair. Thank you all for being here today. Jamie Life Talks Ken's JO3. Ah, okay. Cool. Yeah, I'll check it out, sir. I'll check out your channel a lot more. See what we got going there. Looks cool though. Got a lot of stuff. Uh Ken is no. Oh, I see. You can, you can. You know. Ah, I see what you're saying. Okay. Because I was looking at that, it was going, you can, you can. I wasn't okay. I don't speak Scot, okay? I'm not Scotty. I don't speak Scot. I can use the inflection, but I just can't speak it. So good, lad. Yeah, so good, lad. Yes. Mm-hmm. All good. Yes, all good. All God chap. Yeah, all good chap. Right. Thank you, Haribo. Thank you. Alrighty. So tomorrow, of course, like I said, we'll do one episode of TOS, and I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, well, thanks. Thank you, Haribo. You're making me laugh. Okay, so one episode tomorrow of TOS that we always do on Tuesdays. Then, like I said, the final two episodes of TGAH on Wednesday, and the next two episodes from season 3 of A-Team. So always at 1 o'clock, unless something changes. If it does, I always make sure, folks, that I let you know. So on behalf of myself, Miss Suzanne over here, our beautiful cats, Moon Pie Deja Vu, and everybody here in the chat, thank you again for coming. Appreciate you all. And as we always like to say, first of all, from the great Gene Siskel, who's now in heaven along with the fat man, Roger Ebert, but he always said from the Chicago Tribune, he said, the aisle is now closed. So thank you for that. Also, my best friend Larry of Yourself Adventures, who says, always be yourself. And also my beautiful wife, who says, leave everything in God's hands, but she is a minister. And of course, last but not least, we like to say here at MikeySuzeFour, always expect the unexpected, everybody. And finally, 416, I don't know who that is. And finally, make sure you always say, you don't know it either? Okay.
I just hung it up.
There's still some in there.
Sorry.
It's all right. I'll grab it. I'll grab it.
No, just get the tray.
I got it. Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. So as I always like to say, sales call. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Or yellow bands, please come in. Yellow bands, please come in. Yeah. Move on. I do. Anyway, thank you, Haribo. You know what? Okay. Hold on just a second. Let's just do this for you. Because I think you earned it. All right, here we go. All right. JO3 Haribo is now a standard mod at the MikeySuzeFour channel. Yay! Congratulations. Use your position well, sir. Okay? I know you will. Don't worry about that. Okay, so congratulations to Haribo. Alrighty. So, anyway, I'll not use it. Okay, well, that's fine. I just want to make sure that you know that you're important to our channel, and that's how I do it. Blue Richie! You're all right. So if you ever want to promote your own channel, you can. You can do that with your Blue Wrench, my friend. Just promote your channel, do whatever. Yeah, it's right in the chat. People can go right to your channel from there. So please do that if you want to in the future. It's totally cool. All right, so finally, as I always like to say at the very end of my videos, God bless America, God bless Canada, God bless the rest of this world. And remember, peace from MikeySuzeFour. Take care. Okay, yeah, there you go, sir. All right, so take care, everyone. We will see you tomorrow. Same Mikey time, same Mikey channel for the original series, TOS, Star Trek, and we'll have the next episode from that series of season 1 that we'll be reviewing. So take care, and a GBNF fallen. Yes, definitely. And thank you again, everyone. Take care. We'll see you then.